Being part of this year's Ridler-Winning car, I have seen exactly what it takes to build a top-of-the-line custom car. Most people think that you can just throw money at a car and win the Ridler, but that's not how it works. Our car took years of planning, hundreds if not thousands of custom parts, and a level of perfection that most people would never even consider. Whether you're building your own car or just love automotive artistry, if you want to know what it takes to build a Ridler level car and how I come up with my own build ideas, stick around because I'm going to break it all down step by step. Now I want to make it clear that I'm going to be going over exactly what it takes to build a Ridler car, but everything I'm going to say can be applied to any build, no matter the amount of budget, time, or purpose that car is going to have. We built a Ridler level car on a relatively small budget. I believe the average grade 8 car costs $1.8 million, and we won the Ridler coming in a fair bit under that. So yes, to build something to this level, it does take a large budget and a fair amount of time, like us spending 10 years on it. But we did this as working class people with a 3-man shop, and we focused more on the creativity and innovation than the fact that we didn't have a big crew and an insane amount of money. I want to encourage the person watching this that has that car in the back of the garage halfway torn apart to go finish it. If you have a dream car or a dream build, even if it's not the most popular car in the world, go build it. Go build the car that you want, how you want it to be built. We just won the most prestigious hot rodding award with a gray station wagon. If you would have said that a year ago even, people would have laughed and called you crazy. I think it's important too for people to realize that the way I'm going to talk about cars being art applies to every niche in the automotive industry. Everything from classics, tuners, Euro cars, sports cars, donks, lowriders. No matter what kind of car styling you like, we are all part of the automotive community. I think a lot of people like to segregate these groups and say that one's better than the other, and a lot of them get bad raps for being ricer or trashy. But the reality is that there are true pieces of art and high-level cars in all of these different niches. These cars require an insane amount of talent, vision, and artistry that you can't find just anywhere. That's why I actually hope to build a lot of cars in these lesser known niches to bring some attention to them and maybe revive the culture around them a little bit and bring everyone together. That's just my quick disclaimer that hopefully encourages you to pick up a wrench and go finish or start that dream project you've always wanted to do. Before you cut a single piece of metal, you need to know what the car is supposed to be. Is it going to be a pure performance car? Is it going to be a nice but casual driver? Or is it going to be a high-level hot rod that gets trailered everywhere? Most people know what they want to build and what the car is supposed to be, but that's usually where the build starts to fall apart. There's no clear vision for it. The vision for our car was to have modern elegance, understated colors, smooth, clean panels, not a crazy amount of bling, stuff like that. I personally love modern elegance styling on a lot of different cars, but another one I'm a big fan of is taking race-styled aspects and putting them on street cars. For example, Porsche's GT3 RS, it's a street car, but it has the big carbon wings, it has the vented fenders, but with that it has a full interior, it's not gutted, and you have creature comforts like AC and radio. Maybe you are into the drag world, and so a hoodless car with a big blower and thick Mickey Thompsons on the back is your style. You can do whatever you want, whether it's a popular theme and styling already, or maybe you come up with your own concept of styling by putting together little pieces of different ideas. It's very important that you pick a styling and concept that you like and you stick to it. That's where so many cars kind of don't know their true identity, is because they started one way, they finished another way, but there was also a third concept halfway through it. Like I mentioned with our car, we knew from the beginning we wanted a modern, elegant styling, and we stuck through it all the way to the end. But if halfway we would have put a big blower through the hood or flames on the front, it would have looked really odd. So you have a design concept in your head, therefore you probably have a few key design details that make the car what it is. Every great build has a few must-have features that define it. Making our car a unibody was one of the largest undertakings in our design process, but it helped make the car what it was, a modern car. We knew we wanted a sleek look down the side of the car by inlaying the trim pieces, and so when we got around to the back end of the car, we decided why not just inlay the trim on the back of the car as well. That helped keep our theme and styling going throughout the car. Hidden technology was another big styling aspect for us, so that's why in the engine bay you don't see any wires, piping, things like that, along with the steering column. You don't see the start button and there's no gear shift. Our wheel design was one of the first things we came up with, and so with our car being so round, we kept finding these perfect places to place that design, and that again tied in the whole car together. We didn't have a random design pulley and a random designed fan and then our wheel design. It was all the same design throughout the car. It helped pull the car together. It made it feel like there was something about this car that was purposeful. Really functional features are a big part of styling too. For example, we wanted a low car, but we didn't want to chop it because big guys like my dad and I were each about 6'1". We didn't want to be squeezed into a super small car. So we came up with the illusion by dropping the top and raising the bottom of the car. We were able to create the illusion of a chopped top while still having the exact same head clearance. For a Ridler car, everything needs to be special. You'll have these few key ideas that help you start, but you can't stop there. Every little thing has to be special. You can't just have one or two main ideas and then just have the rest just be some cool styling. Every inch of your car needs to be reimagined and improved in some way. And these can't just be some cool thrown together ideas. They need to be executed at world-class levels. When it comes to coming up with these different ideas, specifically when you get to Ridler level to have so many new ones, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you do need to make it your own. For example, we took a lot of the styling from an original 55 Nomad and simply sized it up, sized it down, inlaid it, changed the angle on it. When you look at our car, you can tell it's a 55 Nomad, but it's once you start looking at it compared to an original that you see all the design and creativity that went into it. I think it's important for the culture, but especially for Ridler level cars, to have creativity and new innovations and ideas. Using a spare wheel as a gas tank, creating a brand new steering column design that we patented, faking a chop with an illusion rather than actually cutting the car up. These were a few things that we did that, to my knowledge, haven't been done in the automotive industry before. You can take ideas and spin off from other car concepts and stuff like that, but I promise coming up with your own ideas and design details will be so much more special to you and to the audience when viewing your car. Now we've got some great ideas picked out, but we don't have an unlimited amount of money. So how do we pick what ideas get implemented and what gets chopped? Building a great custom car isn't about how much you spend, it's about knowing where to invest. The priority places you want to spend your money are on those key features we decided on in the beginning. These are the foundations of your build and design, so make sure they are done well and done how you truly want them. The next priority for spending is the overall quality. You can have a few great ideas that are perfected and look absolutely beautiful, very high end, but if as soon as you step away from those few areas, the quality of the car just goes out the window, the entire car fails. So go spend on the big pieces. Spend on a good interior, spend on a good paint job. Try and bring up the overall level of the car as high as you can on the budget that you have to bring it in line with those few small things you did with the priority money. I'm not saying you need to go as crazy as you did on the main components, but bring them up to a respectable level where they look like they should be on the same car as your main ideas. If you're on a tight budget, put your money where it matters. Fit and finish will always be more important than more parts. Now for Ridler level cars, this is where it gets extreme. The third and final priority is adding more cool components to the rest of the car. This is where the Ridler level cars start to break away from nice show cars. This is where all the little things past our inlaid trim idea, our hidden technology, and chopped up design with the unibody won us the Ridler Award. Like I mentioned before, our wheel design being everywhere on the car. It was the wheels, the air cleaner, the pulleys, the fan, the headlights, the center of the steering wheel, and even all the bolts on the car were machined with our wheels design as its face. Stuff like this is why Ridler level cars get so expensive. You can't allow the quality to drop on any of these smaller ideas. So yes, prioritize your main ideas and the general quality of the entire car, but you have to keep that spending and level of quality up throughout these additional ideas as well. Give the same amount of respect and time to the small ideas as you did those big ideas. But even if you're not building a Ridler level car, the principle stays the same. Quality over shortcuts. Now I keep talking about the finish on the car and how important it is, but how do we actually ensure that it's quality? Believe it or not, your colors and materials actually play a big part in the overall quality of your car. Having a respectable material and paint balance is really important, whether that's chrome, carbon fiber, polished metals, whatever it might be. Too much and your car looks gaudy, not enough and your car's gonna lose impact. I personally recommend creating a color palette consisting of your exterior color, your interior color, an accent color that helps bridge the two, and then a material. So either chrome, aluminum polish, copper polish, or even carbon fiber for newer cars. You can use this palette throughout the entire car and use the contrast it provides to show off the angles of the car and the highlights of it. This contrast helps shows off the detail and the quality of finish. Anyone can paint the bottom of a car a bright color and chrome everything, but being able to create a beautiful palette under a car where you see the details and you can see every little piece, that's something that only the best builders can pull off. I think most people can pick a good color combination when it comes to your interior and exterior. I would just say to ensure that the interior of your car looks as timeless as possible. Big screens and displays are going to age a lot worse than analog gauges and toggle switches. And then, like I've been saying, that fit and finish perfection has to be dialed in, even in the interior. Tiny details win big awards. If your body gaps aren't perfect, if your paint has burn throughs, you're done. Building a car at any level, even Ridler level, isn't about money. It's about vision, execution, and relentless attention to detail. Even if you're just starting with your first build, these principles still apply. Plan it right, build it with passion, and make it yours. If you like this video and you want to see more about Ridler level cars, the rest of our builds, or anything else, drop a comment, let me know what you'd like to see. If you subscribe to the channel, it would mean the world to me, and drop a like so I know you enjoyed the video. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.